Today, take a look at the BougeRV portable refrigerator. Okay, so that is definitely one of the nicest looking coolers that I've ever seen. So we do have some nice big handles on there that is also spring loaded, so we don't have to worry about that thing banging out. Looks like we also got a bottle opener on there. Got some ventilation here on the side. We've got our power port right there. We got a spot for our battery, and it looks like this one actually comes with the battery included. And it does say on here that the battery needs to be activated before you use it, so what we're going to do is take that off. There's a nice fancy battery. It's got a little handle on it. It also has an 18-watt output on there, so if you need to charge your phone or something like that, we can actually use a cooler for that. And we also have a 100-watt charger right there, so we can use that for charging the battery or for charging our phone. And it comes with 2 bars of charge. So this tag says to activate it, we need to put the battery back into the refrigerator. And we can close that up. Oh, that's interesting. It's actually got a little rubber cap right there so we can get access to the battery without having to remove that cover. Then we have our display panel right here on the right. And we've got our top lid right there. So inside, this is our charger, and we got our instructions. And this is one of the cool things about this guy. So we can run the refrigerator using a car outlet. So we can plug this directly into our vehicle. Or we have a 120 volt AC adapter. So we can plug this directly into a household outlet, and we can run the refrigerator off of that. So what that means is maybe we've got a refrigerator at home and it goes bad, or even if we have a short power outage, because this has a battery on it, we can have this thing running, put all of our important foods in there, and then we don't have to worry about anything spoiling. So it's kind of like having a backup refrigerator. Now my pickup actually has a 120 volt plug in the back, so I'll probably just be using this all the time. I can have the refrigerator cooling everything at home, and I can just put it right in the back of the pickup and have it cooling everything on my way to wherever I'm going. And I do have to say, I really like the look of this thing. It's probably one of the nicest looking coolers or refrigerators I've ever seen. So we do have some trays in here, so if you want to load this up and then drop that into the cooler, we can do that. We got one for both sides, and you might think one side's the refrigerator, one side's the freezer, but the reality is you can do whichever one you want with either side. So you can have 2 refrigerators for cooling beverages, you could have 2 freezers if you want to store meat, or you could swap between either one. We also have a barrier that is removable, so we could take all this stuff out, and then we got a great big chamber in here that we can make all one temperature. So if you want to maximize the amount of space you got in this guy, we got that as an option. We also have a plug there in the bottom, so in the event that it gets any condensation in here, which is a byproduct of cooling, all you got to do is unspin that and you can drain everything out. You don't have to worry about like flipping it on this side or anything like that. It also looks like we got a couple of light bars on here. We got one on this side as well as on the other side. But as far as modular refrigerators go, I don't think you're going to find one that is any nicer than that. There is a step here that is going to be for all the electronics. It's going to cool everything. We still got quite a bit. If we look at the entire distance across, we're looking at about 22 inches. And that table, we're looking at about 8 1/4 inches. Total width, we're looking at about 13 inches, a little bit over 13 inches. Then we got a height of about 11 inches. And on the step, we're looking at about 3 1/2 inches. Let's go ahead and plug that guy in. All right. And we can see our current settings on there. So we got power. We got settings, so we got max and we got eco, so if we wanted to save power we can put that on eco, and then we got plus and minus. So right now it is going to try to run this guy to 32 degrees. For my preference, I prefer my sodas to be about 40 degrees. And this is going to run to -4 degrees. So that is going to be freezer temperature. If you want to put frozen burritos or something like that in there, we can use that for that. So I'm going to let that run. One thing I have to say I appreciate about it right now is that it is not very loud. This thing is not making a lot of noise. Like I can tell that it's on, that it's running, but it's not like in your face. So the app picked it up right away. It's searching through Bluetooth, so we'll just hit connect. So with this, we can set the temperature that we're looking for right there. We can even hear it. So it is changing directly from the phone. What's good about that is if I'm driving my truck, but I can't remember if I set this to freezer or just fridge, and I don't want to have to pull over and check the refrigerator itself, I can see all the information right here on my phone. So handy having that as an option. This will also tell you the voltages going in as well as the battery percentage. So we know that it is reading that battery and we're at 42%. This is interesting. So it actually has solar input as an option. So if you want to run this refrigerator off of a solar panel, apparently we can do that. Now if we don't want to hit the button over and over in order to change that, we can just scroll through and go to our 40 degrees and confirm it. It'll go right there. So it looks like the minimum temperature is -4 degrees and the maximum temperature is 68 degrees. So I don't know why you would have a fridge at 68, but you can have a nice, cool, warmish refrigerator if you want to. -4 is perfectly acceptable for a freezer, basically anything below 0. And it is definitely starting to feel cooler in there, probably more on this side than on this side, so I might try to cool down this chamber first, but I can see that the LEDs are working on there, which is going to be very handy if we have to do anything in the dark. I was reading through the instructions, it says we can actually take that door completely off if we want to. That's nice. And right now it is in Fahrenheit. If you prefer Celsius, it says you can do that. So all you have to do there is press and hold both buttons for 3 seconds. And now we are in Celsius. That's not something I'll use, but I'm glad that we have the capacity. It says the battery is a 15,000 milliamp hour battery, so a pretty decent size. It can charge at 150 watts max, which is pretty impressive, so 10 amps at 11.32 volts. And it can discharge at 130 watts with a peak of 260 watts, 10 amps at 13 volts. So very nice having a high discharge battery. They even gave us some examples of what you would want the temperatures to be for different foods. And then we got the different models right here. So we're using the Rocky 40. This is the smallest version. Rated voltage, DC 12 volts or 100 to 240. So we're using 120 right now. That is 39 liters or 41 quarts, less than 45 decibels, so that is why it is so quiet. Temperature range of negative 20 degrees Celsius to positive 20 degrees Celsius, or negative 4 to 68 in Fahrenheit. And then we got our dimensions right there. They also put the dimensions in metric right there, just in case you want to look at it, also for all the different models. So it's been about 30 minutes. We do have 40 degrees here on the cooler side, and we got 21 degrees on the freezer side, 20 degrees now. So I'm just going to wait to make sure it gets to that freezer temp. This is kind of interesting. So this is actually got battery protection for the vehicle. So if you have an outlet on your vehicle that you're using to power this refrigerator, if you shut the car off, you could potentially drain that battery on the car, and then you wouldn't be able to start the car. That's no good. So this will actually shut off the refrigerator if the power on the vehicle gets too low. But that's nice. And we got different levels of protection. You can set that right here. So low is 9.6 to 10.9 volts, medium is 10.1 to 11.4 volts, and high is 11.1 to 12.4 volts. So nice that they put that in here. I was not expecting all that. All right, so it took about an hour. We are now at freezing temperature. Wow, that is definitely cold. And you can tell right away the difference between the temperature here and there. So I've got some sodas. I think that'll be the best arrangement. So I've got 2 high, be like 2 wide with a stagger. Oh, wow, yeah. So that is a full 12 pack. I could fit 2 of those, and plus I'd have more room right here on the edge. So just in this compartment, I could fit over 24 cans. Of course, then I could also take out this little divider, and we'd be able to go all the way across if we wanted to. I'll throw on some frozen burritos. And I'll let that guy sit, and we'll see how everything goes. Now, the important thing here, which so far it's doing very well at, it needs to be able to freeze here, but not freeze over here, because obviously if the sodas freeze, they'll explode. So it needs to be able to maintain the temperature between the 2 compartments, but also stay freezing with those burritos. So I'm going to give this a few hours, and we'll come back to it. All right, so I give this some time. We are still at 39 degrees and negative 4 degrees there on the right. So it did hold temperature between them. Let's go ahead and actually check. Oh, yeah. And that is still a frozen burrito. Yeah. So, I love all the features that it's got. I love all of the storage that it's got. I love the fact that we can plug that into a home outlet as well as a car outlet, especially, again, like if our refrigerator ever goes out, we got this as a secondary storage to keep all of our food from spoiling. Thing's even got lights in it, which is impressive. This one's got a battery. I suppose we should check that. Let's go ahead and close this guy up. I'm going to unplug it. Yeah, so the compressor did kick off, probably just as a precaution, but it did turn right back on. That's awesome. So it is 6:52 right now. I'm going to let this go ahead and run for a while and eat my frozen burrito, and we'll see how that battery holds up. Okay, it has been 2 hours. It is still on. That is holding temperature, and we're at 78% charge. So it went from 98 to 78. So at that rate, with this thing being on a freezing temperature, that went down about 20% over 2 hours. So at that rate, we should be able to get 10 hours of juice out of this just using that battery. So that is super impressive. Now, I did not have that in eco mode, so it is entirely possible that if I did put that in eco mode and I didn't have it on freezing, maybe I just had it on cooling, so it wouldn't have to cycle as often. We could extend that even further. But yeah, I mean, that's just a fantastic, and my girlfriend even came down and said that is a really nice looking cooler. But I have to agree, that is a beautiful refrigerator. I love that it's got multiple ways of giving it power. I love the fact that I don't have to buy ice anymore with this. I don't have to go to the store to get ice just to go on a trip. I don't have to worry about the ice melting. I can literally just have this thing running all the time, and I got a backup in case my fridge ever goes down. So overall, I am very happy to have that.